Welcome back, folks, to another Trade Picks recap. This one is for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. And that's right, we're green to red square day trade dancing today. We went from green to red and on a sad day and gave back everything that we made on Wednesday. And that's what happens. That is the stock market. You win one day, you give it all back the next day. That's why it's extremely risky if you're going to begin to day trade or do any type of trading on the stock market. Please seek out financial advice. My results are typical, win, lose, and they're for educational purposes only. And it's a record of my day trading journey. We have a pre-market strategy. We try to employ this every morning, depending on how early we get up, if we're ready for the pre-market, and we go through this checklist and we work on all the gap up symbols to ensure that we are aware of support and resistance levels. We also have a preferred setup. If you like our videos, please like and subscribe. A preferred setup rests positively on a MACD. That's the number one. If the MACD is not positive, do not take a trade. Then we look for volume and, of course, VWAP action. So our recap for the 22nd is a loss of $52.86. And unfortunately, we gave it back on SXTP. And the interesting thing is we were up $63.87. Then we lost $9. Then we made $4 on a SPY option call, which was a long hold. And then SXTP and SPY caught us on the downturn. There you can see we were up $58. We should have quit. We didn't. Greed set in. So our average win was $33, but our average loss was $40 on 5 trades. So naturally, you lose $200 and you don't make enough. So, so you wind up losing. But for the month, our monthly P&L fell back to $230 again. There you can see Wednesday we made $53, and today we gave it back. We're still positive on the week for $156. But and we still have 5 days left of trading and have an opportunity to get that back. But here's the trades, and you can see there those are the last 2 trades we took. That was a SPY option, which was interesting. You'll see the video in a moment. But those last 2 trades were red squares. They made us dive in, and only on 170 shares we got in at high at the top 611 and fell back. And it wasn't a Friday, so I thought maybe it had an opportunity to go up, but SXTP was really bad. Here's an option call that we did make $4 on. We bought at 83 and we sold at 87, but it was a long hold between 83 and 87 cents, let me tell you. Here's the HCTI, and we did okay on this one. We timed it perfectly, bought 75 cents for 1,000 shares, and we scaled out at 79 and 83. And but oh well. So now we just got to look forward to next week, and hopefully people start buying it up instead of selling it away. So that's why it's important. You'll go from green to red in a matter of seconds. And as you'll see in the video. So we started out, I did not record this, I had just jumped in, it's about 5:30, and here's the 63. We had a break, I timed it perfectly, I looked up for a candle to make a new high, and jumped in at 75 cents, and it climbed, and I exited right at the top. As you can see, well, not near the top was 97 cents, I exited 83. And yeah, I could have left 10 cents, but it was kind of quick. Then SXTP, we jumped in with 10 shares, and we didn't get out at the high. Instead, we held it, and of course, I thought it had an opportunity to go to 9, and that was my bad. And you can see there the MACDs are churning downwards. So that was a big, huge mistake. And now we're holding. This one we bought at 591, and now it's at 516, 513. And the interesting thing is that having seen that, I did the same thing later on in the day, buying that stock at the top and then selling it, and then sold down. So I should have known better. We continue to watch HCTI, but it never materialized for it to go over $1. So we had to continue on SXTP, and yeah, I think I was fishing on this stock. Huge mistake. Luckily here at the beginning I was only in with 10 shares. I don't know what possessed me to go in with 170 shares later on when I was already up $63. If I was looking for a little bit more money, I should have just gone in with 10 shares. Because, you know, if on a stock that makes a $1 or $2 move, if that's what I was expecting, 10 shares would have given me an additional $20. And that was a mistake. And I did think about that when I took the latter trade. But it felt like a Friday, sort of like a Friday for me. And I sort of expected more action. And I think what happened is people started taking profits. Because I didn't hear any really, really ugly news. If anything, I thought, well, we have some stability in the news, then, you know, should be good to go. But I think people were taking profits. So the momentum we had earlier in the week wasn't geared to revive the market. It was folks investing, trying to lure in basically a bull trap for today. So this is Thursday, and it's 5:39, 5:40 a.m. Pacific. Now, I did not trade on Friday. I don't know what happened. I did see a couple of videos. Some folks lost a little bit of money, and other folks made a little bit of money. So I guess it was mixed. So here I was trying to get out. I tried to set a sell limit, and I finally get out. So later on, it's now 6:52 a.m. the open, and I'm watching the SPY, and I went in on a 690 strike call for the 26th. I thought this was the bottom. I thought, oh, it's turning around right now, so I'll just buy it here and wait for it to head up, back up to VWAP, and I'll be good to go. But it is below the 200. The white line that you see there is also hiding the VWAP behind it. And I expected more out of the SPY. I didn't think, and interestingly enough, NVIDIA also looked the same way. And the only reason was because I saw it go up all the way to 690, then it sold off, and I said, no, there's no way the SPY is going to remain there. It's going to pick up. Now this is the call for the 26th. Interestingly enough, at the end on Friday I checked it and it was back up to 690. But the problem with options is that there's time decay. So the longer you hold it, and the longer it stays below your strike price, you can't make money out of it. The only way you make money is if it goes up, nears that strike price, and then you can hold it for time decay. But so I spent most of my morning. So I'm up here. I'm up like $58, and I spent most of my morning on this stupid option play. Well, it wasn't stupid. And in the end, just to earn $4. And here you can see what happened. 7:04 now. I just fast forwarded it, and it dumps some more, and it goes all the way down. And here I'm down about $35, $40 now. Something I wasn't expecting. So if I would have been a little bit smarter, I would have waited for it to hit that second push down, then buy it and wait for it to go back up. Certainly, there was a little bit more money to be made that way. But I needed the action because I went ahead and canceled Trader View for trade journaling, and my app is still not totally complete, but it is workable, and I'm going to be testing it over the next few weeks to iron out and make sure that there are no bugs. And I need option plays in the exports from Thinkorswim so that I can input them into my trade journal app to validate that it does work. So that's one of the reasons why I jumped in. I was also looking to make a few bucks. I figured 20, 30 bucks I'd probably take out of here if it had gone back up where it was, but it didn't. And there you can see what happens to HCTI. Fell back to 50 cents, so there was no chance or opportunity to get back into that one. So that was a real good trade for me on HCTI. If I hadn't done that, I would have my losses for the day would have been twice as much. So, and then SXTP, it had news and it kept going up and down, but interestingly enough, it wasn't to be trusted. Or maybe I was so busy watching this stock that I didn't pay attention to it, because there we just saw it go from 630 to 650, so that's a 20-cent win right there. And had I held the other one that I bought it, I would have made money on it. Look at that. And I think it does wind up nearing the $7 where it goes above it. Yeah, look at that move. We're up 30 cents now on SXTP. Meanwhile, you can see there I added the my SPY call, and it's at 47 cents, and I paid 83. So I've lost 40 cents on it. So I'm down about 40 bucks. I only bought one contract, but each contract's 100 shares. So 100 shares times 83 cents tells you what the value is. And if the value is down to 49 cents, 50 cents, then yeah, that's 30 bucks down. And there's SXTP. Notice it went up to 660, threatened with $7, and then it pulled back. And this is what I was talking about when I say you gotta watch stocks, because you can see their behavior. And I was watching it because obviously watching the SPY is like watching paint dry, right? But you see there it goes up and down, up and down. So I was aware of that spread causing issues with SXTP, and I still went in. And what possessed me to go in on that trade that I lost 100 bucks was the fact that it was closer to 8 a.m. I thought maybe we'd get the influx of buyers coming in at 8 a.m. and that they were going to kick it up. And that did not happen. Instead, I got more of the same play and I lost. So if you watch a stock and you put it on your watch list and you're seeing it with that behavior, up, down, and you haven't been in it, just leave it alone. Don't go near it again. So, and I know better. I know that. So here, it's 7:08 now, and it starts showing signs of life, and the MACD finally turns green. And now we're starting to move up. Now I'm thinking, okay, but it's got a long way to go. from 54 cents. It has 30 cents to go up. It's still at around 50 cents. So now fast forward here, 20 minutes to 7:29. It's worked its way up to the 200 line and the VWAP. So if it's gonna go past, it's gotta clear the 200 and the VWAP at the same time. That's huge resistance here. But volume is looking greenish. It looks like we're improving, and I'm watching the level 2, and it looks like folks are coming in and jumping in. And the reason I'm showing this long SPY trade is because if you haven't traded options, then this is something for you to consider, and that what was my intent. So you can buy the same day expiration options, which are probably the best. One of the issues, of course, is if you were down, you might not get anyone to buy it, and you're going to have to let it expire, and then you wind up losing your money. One of the things that I do is I look for option plays that are under $1, and that where the market has an opportunity to go up, and then I'll jump in and then buy and sell right away. I'm a noob at this, not by any means intermediate trader on options, and it's a single buy. I usually don't use brackets. I should be smarter and use brackets so I could get out. But bracket orders sort of tell me I lose control. I leave it up to the software, and like you'll see here, I bought this at 83. I let it go all the way down below 50 cents. And now look at it, starting to move to 62. So I think here it's the addiction that kicked in. The thrill of waiting to see that price action kick through that 200 and VWAP at the same time. And the SPY did have strength. I mean, for a Thursday, there was strength. There were buyers in there. They kicked that all the way back up. And the prior days, the reason I took the trade was because on the prior days, it did almost the same thing, but it had a bigger move than that. People made some serious money on that move up a couple of days ago on the, it was either Tuesday or Wednesday, I think. It had a huge downturn, and then it went up like a rocket. And if folks had been in there, there was great opportunity to make some money. So on the same day, you can day trade options. Why not, right? And so this is a good practice for me, because I haven't done many options. I took a few option calls last year, but and on one of them I made $250 on one option call, so it was the right call. I've made more money, so in all the option calls that I've bought, I've made more money than I've lost. So this is not a whole, I made $4 on this one, and then towards the end here, I take another one and I lose $11. So that's $15. It's nothing. So here it finally kicks in, and I start to feel some relief. We're back up to 76 cents. And I'm looking at the watch list there to pull the price, and you can see SXTP back down to 637. So a little while ago it was threatening to go above all the way up to 7, and then now it's back up to 40. So having seen that, because I often look at that watch list, I look at what I've listed there, and I look at the at the price action. And having seen that, I knew better than to go into that trade where I lost $100. But anyway, stop punishing myself. So here we move forward. It's now 7:46 a.m. It's moved up. And now the only question is it going to hold or is it going to go? Now we're at 82 cents. So I'm sort of, I'm down $4 or so because of time decay. And so the way time decay works, I think, is that the longer you're below the strike price, the value, the price devaluates and you lose money. So it's not like a straight shot where, oh, we're back up, now we're even. So now we're up at 89 cents. And here it looks like it's going to hold and like it's going to go higher and that it might meet my 690 strike price. So I was looking for like a $30, $35 win. And that's a huge move. I mean, think about it. This is $689 per share. So in order to get up there, the volume that has to go in order to get you up from where you were at 687 all the way to 689, and it's only a couple of dollars, but the trade for me would have been there. I think at right above 687 you could have bought it probably for about 40 cents, and now it's at 90. You would have made 50 cents. 50 cents there, I sold it. 50 cents times 100, it's $50. So it was a little bit under an hour for $50. So this one can take a while. And I sold off the top, so I made $4 for an hour's worth. But it was good practice. It did teach me a few things. The main thing is not to be afraid of options, because there are ways to make money. And I know folks talk about 0 DTEs, same day expiration option calls, where they go in and they're able to make money. So I need to practice more of that this year, because it may be an opportunity when you can't, when the small caps are just not there, not giving you plays, then you got to look for other ways. Here I'm trying to point out that the MACD was closing, and that's the reason I sold it instead of holding it. I'm trying to draw a circle there, but there you go, finally. And that's the reason. You look up at the top, the MACDs are pinching, so there's no sense in hanging on to it. And so look at SXTP down to 519. So here's the sell. Sold right off of the top there, off of the VWAP, and it starts coming back down again. And I think for the day it came back down, but we'll see it. I think I have some more tape on it. So here we go to SXTP, and it was the only other play. And you see there that it's back up to 599, but it is consolidating, obviously, by its long tail there, like a dragon tail. But the MACD looks like it's pushing up. The weekly and daily MACD value down at the bottom starts to pull up. And that's where we jump in with 170 shares. And so we're looking here for more money than just $10. My expectation was, again, that it would go up to 650, 680. And then you see, just like that, quickly, And here I was amazed. I'm trying to look and say, how the heck did it drop $15, $20? You know, it's just a couple of cents. It's only 170 shares, but the value, it's a $6 stock. So, and we did get up there to 15 bucks. But here, again, it's 8:10 a.m. Pacific, and I'm looking for the influx of buyers for this time frame. And the MACDs are opening up. They look like they're going good. I was overconfident here, and it was a good trade. I've heard folks say on bad trades, oh, it was a good trade. But what happens here is probably the only thing I can think of is that there was hidden buyers, somebody out there who wanted to dump a lot of stock. Because, yeah, it's fighting, but it isn't terrible. Here it starts to fall, and I should have seen it and sold it, but it picks itself up back up again. And I thought, oh, it's just part of its play. It's just what it does. And that's why I didn't put a stop in it, an automated stop. And I thought, oh, I'm flirting with losing 20, 30 bucks. That's okay. You know, I'm up nearly 60 bucks. If I went up today with 20 green bucks, that's positive. And then the MACD starts to curl, and I don't sell. Instead, I wait and get caught in that huge downturn. Then I sell at the bottom. And that was a panic sell there. It's just full exhaustion. So somebody went in and dumped a whole bunch of shares, because that's the only thing I can see. I picked up itself a little bit, but wasn't enough for me had I waited it out. And I wasn't about to wait on it. And as you can see here, it doesn't do much more. So yeah, it's at 560, and we sold out at 518. So we could have maybe saved 50 cents and maybe broke even on the day, or small scratch day, but no. So we go back, and the same option call, the 690 for the 26, was sitting at around 87, 88 cents, hovering around VWAP. And so now I've lost the 63 that I made, and I'm down another 50 bucks. And so I came in here and I buy in at 87, another contract, because it's pretty cheap to buy. I mean, at 87 cents times 100 shares, it's less than 100 bucks. So it's cheap to buy. It makes total sense. And my thought is, I still think that this is going to go up. And here it's gone up to 91 cents. So you got 3 pennies. So you got $3 there. But what I was looking for was, again, that push. I was looking for the push up to $1.20 or $1.30, hoping that the SPY would go. See, it's 689, almost 60. So I was hoping that it push up to 690. And it was a pretty good buy. Oh, there's the buy, 188. My bad. So the 187 was the sell. And I thought, this is the second time it's it fell back below BWAP, but now it's going back up, and it's above BWAP. It just has to hold. Typically on the second move up, it holds and goes higher. But both SXTP and SPY did meet dirty, and here it's about to collapse. And I wasn't about, I had lost my patience. I said, okay, well, it is what it is, even though I hate the phrase and I hate giving into it. But here, double top, that's likely it for it. So it's not going to go up. It's going to have to take a whole day. And I wasn't about to hold it because of time decay. So if you watched the video all the way up to here, I thank you. Please hit the like button. It costs absolutely nothing. It's free and allows me to continue to make more videos for you guys and continue to share my journey so you can see what trading is like and what I'm involved in, and my uphill battle on this 2K account, which is interesting. But anyway, so hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Like I said, there's no Friday video. We'll have to wait till Monday, and we'll have to wait and see what the market has in store for us. So that's it for this green to red dancing gorilla.